Yeah, I think they're very similar to last season with the caveat that they're having a little bit more possession. They might not be as drastic in the style of play, but just a really tough team to break down. A lot of good defenders in the team, very good in the counter. They have some high-level talents, obviously, with James, Pereira, other guys who can get in the pocket and really hurt you, especially in counter-attacking moments. But we can imagine that it's going to be a tough match like every game in the league is. It's probably going to be a pretty closed game where they are defensively very, very sound. Make it tough for us in that sense, looking to counterattack, looking to find set pieces. So it'll be important for us to play our best game.
Okay, we'll go to questions. So you can hear away in person.
Mikey, after the match, the last home match against Salt Lake, you talked about the ups and downs and how it's still early in the season. And then after San Jose, you mentioned the urgency and changing things a little quicker. I'm just curious on what that sudden change of wanting to just get the results now rather than the ups and downs, or is there any correlation to that?
No. It's the same message. It's the message after San Jose is about taking the learning lessons that we had to go through last year. We conceded a goal off of and a red card off of a quick restart, where we don't stop the quick restart. And these are just things that we know at the basic level can't happen. And that's what I meant about the quick learnings and having to have a sense of urgency to not take so much time to learn. I never said anything about the result, actually. It's purely about our performance and about making sure that we're all on the same page and we're getting back to doing the basic things really well.
And then you also mentioned how some veteran players aren't playing to the standard that you're requesting. How do you have those conversations with those players? Are those individual conversations, or is it just an overall message during training?
Yeah, both. And it's ultimately like we're an ambitious club and we're ambitious people. So we hold ourselves to a very high standard, and we just know if we take the last league games especially, we've had too many red cards, too many penalty kicks, and too many moments of the game that we played a little bit more into the hands of the opponent and less into our strengths. And the message is it's always good. Like at this level, when you have those performances and then the results follow that performance, it always gives you a sense of urgency. That's the level that we live at every single day. But we have the guys and the staff that we're not afraid to look in the mirror, and we're not afraid to hold ourselves or each other accountable, because we really believe in each other and we believe in our style of play and we believe in our training environment. And when you start off with honest accountability and reflection, that's how you take the steps forward. And this is a long season. This is a process. And what I think I know about the group 100% is that this is a group that's very resilient. So I'm not afraid to give critical feedback when the critical feedback, and I'm also not afraid to receive critical feedback, because ultimately we know our resilience, which is our capacity and our potential for future adaptation, is at a high level. We know we can predictably be better in the future because we have the character to look in the mirror and be honest with ourselves when things are good and when things are not so good. And then we have the ability to get to work and do the things we need to do to make the improvements that we want to make.
Mikey, the team has picked up a couple red cards the past couple matches. What has been your message to your team in order to fix this recurring problem?
Yeah, we need to travel together better, and we need to control the rhythm of the game better, because what's happening is we're ending in a little bit of isolated circumstances that create potential for these things to happen. At the same time, I wholeheartedly believe that we've taken some pretty tough calls this year also, and calls that I don't agree with, including the red card and penalty kick that completely changes the last game. But there's no use in sitting there and wallowing in excuses when we know that we also put ourselves in a position for the referee to have to make a call. So we just focus on ourselves and making sure that we have a little bit more discipline in terms of making sure we're compact, we're together, and that we have more people around the ball when we go into interventions.
Can you just share a word on coming back home to play for Varas?
Yeah, I think it's always good for to have some home cooking, and we know that at home we have the energy of the stadium behind us, and we're in a moment where we feel very confident, to be honest, because at the end of the day, you have to be grateful for these tough moments, because these are the moments that are going to help make us stronger when we're at the end of a season. And we have the guys to take advantage of that, but we also have the supporters, and we have Frontera, who I know they're going to be lifting us up and pushing us through this moment. And then we have the players who have done a really good week of training, and I think you're going to see a performance where the guys really want to own who we are. So we have nobody coming back, and the only one that we know is not going to be available is Wilson, who's still battling with a little bit of this upper leg situation.
Mikey, just to wrap, final question. Aside from the field, culturally in football, it's common to exchange a pennant with teams. You, growing up as a football fan, what do you see in that? And maybe when watching it from afar, what did you see any meaning behind it?
Yeah, I think first as a footballer, because in our hearts we're all still footballers, even though we're not able to play. It's like it's just a cool part of the culture of football, and you want to be that person who can deliver that. And then I think on a bigger level, I think it shows clearly that football is here to unite people. And at the end of the day, we're all competing against each other, teammates competing against each other for playing time, teams competing against each other for playoff spots. But when we take a really big step back, we're all in this together, and our opponents are ultimately our greatest teachers. And I think it just shows a respect for that and a respect for the game overall.